I was walking through the ashes of my own mistake. Lost my fire. All my flame was fake. But I heard a whisper in the silence say, don't you know your light can still find its way? Still find it. That's right. Storms don't mean it's over. Now they wash you clean. What you thought was broken's just the space between the end of pain and a brand new dream. Yeah. I'm catching my second wind. Come on. I can feel it. Oh, yeah. I rise again. I rise again. From the ashes, from the pain. I rise again. I fall, but I stand taller than before. Chains don't hold no more. I found grace in the places I fell apart. Now hope's tattooed on my heart. I rise again. Come on now. Lift me higher. We ain't done yet. I've been down. What's up, y'all? Let me turn this down. Oh my God, I'm about to blow my own ears out. Jesus, Lord, have mercy. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Super. Like, share, subscribe. Tell everybody. Tell a brother, friend, a sister. Tell a friend to tell a friend that Super is on the line. Super just got back. I was an election judge today in my own precinct. So I saw my neighbors come in and vote today. So I have been up since 3 a.m. When I went to the polls today to be an election judge. I'm sitting here with my plate of food because I just got in not too long ago. Got my kids straight and then proceeded to come in here and talk about the election results and the possible ramifications of these results, what could happen. Before I do that, I want to, and this is a super after dark, so I don't have my studio lights on tonight. That's why you can see me, but I'm not like lit up because I don't have my studio lights on because this is a super after dark. We're gonna talk realistically, and we're gonna look at these election results, and we're just gonna have a very candid conversation about the ramifications of voting and not voting, because again, turnout for this election was horrible, absolutely and positively horrible across the board. I feel like for all counties. I have no idea. Well, before I do that, let me just speak and see who's in the room tonight, because I see a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while. So let me speak. Hey, Wyoming, my favorite gal, what's up? Hey, Bobo, what's up? Thank you to all my mods. Thank you for being here and showing up every time that I go live. You don't have to do it, but I thank you so much for doing so, for being here and creating a environment where people feel like they can share their thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and they are in a safe space. So thank you to all of my mods. Let's see, strawberry shortcake. Hey, Jim C. Hey, Prince J. One Prince J. Hey, how you doing? Okay, that's all that wants to speak. All right, for the rest of the people that didn't speak, hey to you too. All right. So let's now, so far, Napoleon Harris has taken the township committee person again. Keisha McCaskill has taken the 5th District County Commissioner seat, to which she was appointed, but now she has been elected. And Donna Miller takes the U.S. Representative seat for the 2nd District.
And it looks like Juliana Stratton is going to take the senator seat, which is amazing to me. That is the shocker of the night for me. Let's look. Let's get these results up. All right. Who did you all think was going to win in some of these categories? What's the name of your intro song? I literally wrote that song, Strawberry Shortcake, and it's called Redemption. I wrote that song and I just put it in AI and told AI what I wanted and how I wanted it. And I wrote the words. Uh, and that's that. I'll release it on my channel. Uh, I'll send the audio of it to you, Strawberry. Send me a message and I'll send the audio to you. Send me your email. I'll send it via email. That way you can download it to your phone or however you want to do it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Just send me your email address and I'll send it to your email. So let's get into these election results and let's talk about some of these ramifications. First of all, 98%. Let me refresh this page. So 100% of the precincts are now reporting. And let's start with U.S. This is for Cook County. This is not for Will County. This is for Cook County. We're going to start with the U.S. Senator seat, where we had Robin Kelly, Juliana Stratton, and Raja Krishnamurthy. Really, those three were the front runners for this particular race. I'm not surprised that Robin Kelly didn't pull a win. For me, I always felt like it was going to be between Raja and Juliana. Now, how Juliana got all of those votes, I believe that it was her final push, and it had more so to do with that controversial commercial that she did, the F Trump. I don't know if you all have seen that. She did a F Trump commercial, and that probably is what pushed her over the top because what hating Trump is trending. Okay. Let's look at the voter turnout. You see on the left side where it says voter turnout. Now look where it says registered voters. There are 1.7 million registered voters, 1.7 plus million, voters in Cook County. Only 370,000 people cast votes out of a 1.7 million registered voters. That's only 21% of the voters in Cook County. That is a horrible, horrible turnout. Hey, Johnny Hooker, how are you? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well. Ernesto, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? We're just having like a little super after dark, and we are talking about the results, the election results, the primary. This was a primary, so when you went into your polling place, you had to choose a ballot to vote on Republican or Democrat, or a nonpartisan ballot, which a nonpartisan did not have any candidates, but just the referendum questions. And we'll talk about the results of the referendum questions as well. Not shocking because people never understand referendum questions when they are reading them. And that is why you should put things in a translator to be able to tell you what it actually is saying. Okay. Hey, Dave Bryson. So Juliana Stratton, it looks like she has taken the U.S. Senator seat from being lieutenant governor to now a U.S. Senator. What could that mean for Harvey, for Dalton, for Robbins, for South Holland, for Riverdale, Dixmoor, Posen, Midlothian? What could that mean for those areas that are rarely given any attention Two, it means that they will continue to not get any attention. That's what that means. She didn't come down and address the Tiffany Henyard situation. She didn't come down and address the Christopher Clark situation. She didn't come down and address the Riverdale situation. So she's definitely not going to address anything that is currently happening. So that means that um, the people of the South suburbs will continue to lack. Period. That's what that means. I don't give a damn what she said. I don't give a damn that she said F Trump. Um, she really has been saying F you as lieutenant governor because she didn't do anything for the South suburbs when she was in that seat. So, yeah, I don't care what she said. She's not going to do anything. She has not been doing anything, and it's going to continue to be that way. Super, you say super. Well, what can she do? Well, as a U.S. senator in this district, she can appropriate funds back to this district, meaning that she can try to help bail Harvey out. She can try to help bail Dalton out by making sure that funds are made available to them uh, when they request them or when they submit for them or when they say, hey, we need money for infrastructure or we need money for essential payroll. That's what that means. But, as just stated previously, she didn't give them any attention when she was lieutenant governor, and it will continue to be that way. Um, because if we keep voting in these manners, and thinking that we're going to get something different, that is the literal definition of insanity. And so you are going to go insane trying to get any help from this person. That's all I have to say about that because she hasn't been here. She's going to continue not to be here. Her focus will continue to be the city of Chicago because it is the most important thing to her. And right now, the city of Chicago is in the fight of its life for the Chicago Bears. And I also say that because her and JP Pretzelhead are friends, they're buddies, right? So she's going to do whatever he wants her to do because she was doing that when she was a lieutenant governor. So for you all to vote her in that seat is diabolical because whatever his agenda is gonna be, what is that song? What they say? Whatever he on, we on. Okay, that's what you're gonna get. And I hope that we can, talk very candidly tonight and nobody gets upset. These are definitely my views and opinions about this election and about the results of this election. Okay, these are my views and opinions about this primary election. We still have the general election to go where these people will go up against their Republican counterparts, and we will take a look at who they will be going up against in just a few moments. Um, and then it's going to be in the hands of the people. But keep in mind that one thing we will not know tonight is who the independent candidates could be that will be running in the general election. Who could be some Green Party, it could be some socialists, it could just be some random people running in the general election. Those candidates we won't know. Okay. So that was for U.S. Senator Juliana Stratton has won this particular leg of the race. So she will be going to the general election to face the Republican candidate and whoever else is in the general election. Independents, again, socialists, Green Party, independent parties, all of them should be going up against them. Okay. But she has taken that category and I said what I said about it. All right. And so And the U.S. Representative Republican that she will be going up against is Don Tracy. I don't know who he is. He did speak tonight, I think, on ABC. I'm not sure. I will have to look into who he is, which I will be doing to set us up for the November elections. I will make sure that I look up all of these people and we'll try to assess what type of chance he might have getting in the seat. I think a lot of people I watched at my polling place, right? Because these people are my neighbors. I work my polling place when election time comes. I seen a lot of people. One man even blatantly said, "I'm a Republican, but I'm voting on the Democratic ballot today because right now I'm fed up with the Republicans." That's literally what he said. Get in his ballot. So I don't know that Don Tracy even has any particular chance because a lot of Republicans are sick of themselves. Take that for what you will. That's astounding, but take it for what you will. So I don't know that he will have a chance. He will need to campaign extremely hard starting tomorrow. Okay, he will need to campaign extremely hard starting tomorrow. All right, so let's go to the state of Illinois, which was this will be your governor race here. This will be like your governor, and it looks like this is just the Democratic ballot. Okay, so let's go through this right quick. JB Pretzelhead. I left my Democratic ballot on that blank, what I voted. How I vote. So I did not vote for him. I left that blank because I'm not voting for him. And hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of crime, anti-corruption bills on his desk that lay unsigned, unanswered, and unlooked at. So I won't be voting him for my governor. Whoever the Republican candidate is, the independent candidate, the socialist or the Green Party candidate, I will be taking a look at those candidates for my choice. Attorney General, again, the voter turnout was not good. Look right here, and if you look at the top underneath where it says governor and lieutenant governor, you have 1.7 million registered voters. There were 302,777 ballots actually cast. That still is only 17% of the voters when you look at 1.7 million. 17% is horrible. I don't know what we need to do to get out and vote. I don't know what you need to do to understand that if you don't get out and vote, you're going to continue to get the same thing because the people that do vote are the ones that are deciding. So you are letting people you do not know decide for you when you do not vote. If you vote and your person doesn't win, that's one thing, right? But if you don't vote at all, you don't have no skin in the game. Don't say anything to me about anything. Okay? I don't care about your thoughts on nothing. Okay? Because you should inspire somebody else to vote, tell them what you know about the candidates and let them make their decision, or whatever. They're going to ask your opinion, give them your honest opinion and let them decide. But get out there and vote. It's the one thing that people have died for, hung, bled, and died, just like Jesus Christ on the cross. People have hung, bled, and died for the right for you to vote. And that's any color. That's anybody of any color, any nationality, any American resident that can vote. People have hung, bled, and died for to give you the right to do that. So that's the one thing you should take seriously. On my lunch break, I came home. I picked up my 19-year-old, and she went and she voted. She will vote in every election as long as she lives in this house. So, and I don't know who she voted for. She researched her people and she went and picked her ballot and she went and did her business. I don't tell my children once they get grown, I don't tell them how to vote. I make them make sure that they do their research and look up the candidates. I make sure they know who the candidates are and they look them up for themselves. And I make them tell me what they know and like about each candidate and what they know and don't like about each candidate. I think that's very important to have a conversation about your household, with your household about, you know, vote, the candidates and what they think about them and how they feel they're going to vote, you know. So Kwame Raoul, I left that blank because I did not vote for him. He would not get my vote because he was afraid to prosecute Tiffany for her behavior, for her actions, for the laws that he knew that she did break, for the unethical things that he knew that she did do. He refused to do it because of color. Man, we elected you to do a job. We didn't elect you to worry about somebody's color. We elected you to do a job. We elected you to uphold the law. I don't care what it looks like, a black man investigating a black woman. It is what it is. Like, I don't care about none of that. So I didn't vote for him. I left that blank. But he will be the Democratic candidate for Attorney General. Secretary of State, Alexi Janulius. I did vote for him because I think that he is trying to move the Secretary of State office forward. I hope that he looks at some other things. He's done a good job with the Department of Motor Vehicle side, but he needs to look at the Secretary of State business filing side. And that is what I will be looking forward if I give Alexi my vote in the general election. I will be looking for him to make comments, and I'm going to even send him an email to ask him what are his plans on cleaning up the business filing of the Secretary of State, that part of his office, because that needs to be cleaned up. Everyone that is expired, every business that is expired, they need to be, sent a notice or put on notice. Whatever city they do business in needs to be found out and needs to be told they are out of compliance with the state. They have not refiled, re-registered, paid their dues or their costs, and they need to cease doing business in your city because of that. That, to me, that needs to be cleaned up. When you go in there and you see all of these dissolved, disillusioned, all of these things, those things need to be cleaned up. I mean, how long? We need to make some sort of rule about how long do we keep that stuff in there? I mean, forever? Forever, ever? What we doing? Hey, Paul. Most voters are peasants. Most candidates work for oligarchs. Peasants assume politicians are part of the problem, not the solution, because underfunded candidates are not taken seriously. Paul, I don't know. I feel I have mixed emotions about your comment. Is that why so few peasants bother to vote? Well, I don't see myself as a peasant. I don't see myself as a peasant personally. But to me, I feel like we as the good people don't take our own selves seriously, because we really need to begin to organize ourselves to support each other. That's something that we don't do. Even good people don't support each other. That's something that we don't do. I feel like when these people are out here running for these offices, they take these things more so. I mean, they are ready to just destroy somebody's life to get a seat, instead of the friendly competition that is, sportsmanship, good sportsmanship, and saying, Listen, may the best candidate win. If you have the best platform, if the people think you have the best platform, may the best person win. May the best platform win. And whoever doesn't win, get behind that platform of the person who do win. Why do we have to continuously be looking for, oh, they slept with this person, or, bar the criminal stuff? Yes, expose them for doing something that is unethical. But, all of this extra stuff, that's what's getting in the way. That's what's getting in the way of people really coming forward to run for an office. Besides for the fact that it is incredibly hard in this type of economy for people to run. Because if you're not making, a good, decent salary, all of your extra pennies, dimes, nickels, they ain't even making pennies anymore. All of your extra nickels, dimes, and quarters are going to help you sustain life. So good need to stop attacking each other, they business, and try to come together and say we can run in a manner that doesn't make us look like horrible people too, when we supposed to be the good people. I wish we could have election like they have in Madeira, Portugal. My cousin said the government gives each candidate the same amount of money. That's all the candidates can spend. Oh, I like that, wow, Miguel. Good people should support each other, but we rarely get on the ballot with sufficient publicity since we can't afford it. I agree with that, Paul. Now, how do we level the playing field? Not how do we level the playing field by stopping, certain people from running. How do we level the playing field when it comes to what it costs to run? How do we level that playing field? How do we put a cap on campaign funds? Because you have people that are just campaigning and campaigning and campaigning, and they're not even going to stay in the seat. They don't have a thought to stay in the seat. They've been in the seat for 8 years, and they're like, oh, this is going to be my last year, but I'm a campaign like I'm going to be in this seat. Why do we allow those people to keep those funds instead of donate those funds to the next candidate? Dick Durbin is getting ready to retire as a U.S. Senator. Whatever he has in his coffers after he pays taxes on it belongs to him. Why? Why should that be something that he can do? We should be creating laws regulating campaign funds, so that if you retire and you give up your seat, you're going to get your pension from, your years in the seat, but you have to give your campaign funds. You either have to spread them out over several candidates, Democratic candidates, if you're a Democrat, and give everybody a piece of the pie. Or you can donate it to one person if you so choose. But there should be some regulation to that. I believe his Kwame Raoul marching orders from downstate was for him to stand down on the Hilliard matter. I don't care what orders he was given. He was elected, and the people told him what they wanted him to do. They were writing him letters after letters after letters. I don't give a F who told him to do what. Because if the people that elected him told him to get her, that's what he should have done. We got to start acting like we put these people in the seat by voting. When we start acting like it's somebody else able to tell them what to do, I'm going to say this again. That Joliet meeting about that data center, them people are not playing. They are not playing. Let them people vote yes. They're going to vote yes anyway for this data center. They are taking notes. The people that vote yes, I guarantee you they're not going to be in them seats next time. I think we vote again for those seats in 2027. They won't be in them. I promise you. And I promise you they're going to find somebody to run against them. I promise you they're going to find someone. And then they're going to help that someone get in the seat. See, these are the things that we don't do. When we have a Paul or we have, someone else, we don't organize and get behind them and help them get in the seat. That's what we need to do. For starters, repeal Citizens United to take corporate money out of campaign finance. Paul, there is only one council person over here where I live that does not take corporate money at all. She don't take it, and she is my representative. Her name is Susanna Ibarra. She do not take money from ComEd, from Comcast, from Xfinity, from Verizon. She don't take money from any of those people. She only takes money from private donations, and I donate to her campaign. And mom and pop restaurants and business owners out here, that's all she do. She only takes private money. That's it. Hey, Gladys, how you doing? We're having a kind of conversation tonight about elections, about candidacy, about, running for office. What do we do? What do we do? And me, my stance has always been, it's not about the people, it's about the principles. It's about these laws. We need to begin to tighten and change up these laws. That is why J.B. Pritzker has hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of anti-corruption and crime bills still sitting on his desk, because none of them serve him or his friends, period. Not sure what to think of Donna Miller. However, as long as Willie Preston didn't win, I'm good. Me too, Gardis. Now, the challenge for Donna Miller is going to be that she is a freshman. She is green. She has no pull. She's going to be put on committees that don't mean anything to the area that she represents. She's not going to be able to appropriate any type of money back to the south suburbs until she gets on a committee that can do so. They're going to put her on stuff like the rural committee for farming, because she's a freshman, because she's not an incumbent. She's new to policy. She's new to federal policy, governmental policy. She's going to be new to that. Literally, she's going to sit in this seat for a year and do nothing. Point blank, period. All while you have Harvey on the brink of bankrupt. You have Dalton teetering on the brink of bankrupt. You got Robbins, Riverdale, Dixmoor. You got all those little towns over there hurting. She's not going to be able to do one thing for them. So that was my spiel on Alexei. I want to see what he does. I would like to see him this year, if he gets back into the seat, to focus on cleaning up the Secretary of State business, corporation, LLC, nonprofit filings. Everyone that is expired and still doing business needs to be sent a letter to cease and desist doing business, period, until they get right with the state of Illinois. Because if their license is out of compliance, they're not paying their state tax. So, I would love to see him. I would love to know what type of plan he has to clean that up. And I'm going to send him an email and ask him, because I want to know. If he doesn't answer, that's going to give me my answer about who I should vote for. All right, let's go to comptroller. The comptroller is leaving because she's running as a Republican, I think with Ted Dabrowski, who won, but we'll look at the Republicans in a minute. I'm going to try not to be up here too long because I've been up since 3 a.m. This morning. Let's see here. So I voted for Karina Villa because she was backed by Bernie Sanders, and I like Bernie Sanders. I like his thinking. I like his reasoning. And that's who I voted for. However, the public chose Margaret Croak. I absolutely know nothing about her. I will have to look her up. Definitely going to have to look her up before the general election. So those are things that I'll be working on, building a comprehensive, a better report on some of these people that I don't know to give to you if you so choose to watch that. Then for treasurer, you have Michael M. Freerichs. I don't really know too much about him. And I left him blank on my ballot. I did not put darken his circle. So the people that will be running against J.B. Pritzker and his new lieutenant governor will be Ted Dabrowski and Carrie Mendoza. Carrie Mendoza is the current comptroller. Okay? She will be running against her former boss. You know, he was her boss in a sense. J.B. Pretzelhead and whoever his lieutenant governor is. Ted Dabrowski, if you don't know anything about him, he used to work as a reporter at Wire Points. If you go over to his page, man, he has released so much firepower about J.B. Pretzelhead. If you don't know anything about J.B. Pretzelhead, go over there to Ted Dabrowski's page, his candidate page, and see all of that stuff that he posted about J.B. Pritzker. Okay? Pritzker back Croak? Yeah. She a part of the machine. She gonna do whatever he tell her to do. And so there you have it. Like it's for me, in some cases, in most cases, it's gonna be if a certain person is backing someone, I'm not voting for them at all. At all. That's just what I'm gonna be on. That's what I'm on. And so go over there and check out Ted Dabrowski page. He has so much information over there about J.B. Pretzelhead. Is crazy. Go over there and take a look at that. It's all information that can be void. It's public information. He tells you that. Yeah, go over there and take a look at it. Maybe one day when we start looking at the candidates, because I'm going to try to start doing this early because I was unprepared. A lot going on in my life, but my life is settling back down now. So I'm going to be a lot more prepared in trying to do these things systematically so that we can get through them and get all the information out that we need. Even though nobody listens to me, I can't share my page to Dalton Politics because I've been kicked out of there because they are running a narrative over there. They want to run a narrative that everything is fine in Dalton. They don't want to hear any complaints. They don't want to hear any negatives. They only want to have positive energy or whatever. That's your business, right? That's your business to do. But blocking people who tell the truth, that has a certain look to it too. And I said what I said. Blocking people who tell the truth, John Kraft, has a certain look to it too. And while people was out here, I just want to say this because this has really been pissing me off for a long time. And since we having this honest, open chat out here right now, because I'm gonna start just giving y'all the unadulterated truth since nobody watch my videos and shit like that. You just gonna get the truth from me from now on, and it's gonna be ugly, and I don't care. Okay, so let's talk about John Kraft and Ryan, right? Let's talk about Ryan and John Kraft in the sense that they both filed FOIA lawsuits against municipalities. Ryan filed against Harvey and John Kraft filed against Dalton. Now, there has been a lot of talk about Ryan and people saying, oh, he got $5,500. We done told y'all 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times that Ryan didn't get shit. And if them people had answered his FOIA, his lawyer wouldn't have got shit. That man waited a year and some change for the answer to his FOIA. So he had the right to hire a FOIA lawyer and sue the shit out of Harvey to get his answer. And that's what he did. Now, when the ruling came down, at the end of the day, the only thing Ryan wanted was the answer to his FOIA. So in lieu of money, he took the answer to his FOIA. They gave him the answer to his FOIA, and they had to agree to pay his lawyer fees and court costs. And that's what happened. All of these fucking false ass narratives about Ryan got money, or he sued the city again. I'm going to sue the shit out of your ass too if I send a FOIA and you don't answer me. That's what I'm going to start doing too. Because it's literally the law and anybody can do it. And I'm sick of hearing that bullshit. And cut it out and stop it. It's time for us to start getting angry about people lying and not telling the truth. As a good human being, I'm personally fed up with it. And I said what I said. If I send you a FOIA, you dodge me for a fucking year, I'm going to hire a lawyer and I'm going to sue the shit out of your ass too. And I don't care who it affects because you should have gave me my information when I asked you for it. And if you had done that, we would not be in court talking about compensation. These municipalities need to start learning to stop playing with the residents. And if there are laws that say that you have a right to certain information and they withhold it from you, they deserve whatever the hell they get. They should be voted out of the seat for it. You shouldn't be looking at me because I did what I had to do to get information that is public and belongs to me. You should literally vote they ass out of the seat for allowing it to happen. We need to stop with this deflection. We need to stop it. Now, that's what happened in Ryan's case twice. They took a year to answer his FOIA. He had to hire a lawyer to get an answer. Stop with the false narratives. Stop degrading that man because he wanted an answer to something that should have been public information and put on the website in the first place. If we have laws and they are allowed to be broken, what do we have the laws for? Ask yourself. Ask yourself, if somebody hits your car and drives away, you literally just gonna let them drive away because you have car insurance? Huh? Because that's what you asking somebody to do when they FOIA for public information and they're not giving it. That's what you're asking them to do. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Because if you hit my car and you drive away, I'm going to have your ass found and I'm going to sue the hell out of you. Literally what Ryan did. Now, let's go over here to Dalton with John Kraft, Edgar County Watchdogs. This is public information. He sued the village of Dalton for not answering his FOIA. The difference between him and Ryan did not get any money. He got the answer to his FOIA, and his lawyer got paid for, as the lawyer should, because he rendered legal services. In John Kraft's case, go look it up. $30,000 was the judgment. $30,000. Yet you have people out here crying and degrading Ryan. Yet he received $0. Yet over there, with John Kraft and Edgar County Watchdogs, they received $30,000, which was more than enough to pay their lawyer. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Hello, Cecilia Jackson. How are you? Look at Malcolm X speeches and tell me he didn't see it. I research. Do your research, Cecilia, because you should. Go look up those two situations and tell me how they're different. Stop it. Stop bullying that man. Stop bullying Ryan. I'm going to say it right now, and I'm going to stand up for him when I'm in public on my platform. That man have a right to sue if his FOIA is not answered. He did not get any money. He got the answer to his FOIA, which is what he wanted. He was satisfied with the answer to his FOIA and his lawyers being paid. He did not get any money. So having this narrative that he is further causing Harvey to be in debt to Laney, saying $5,000, that could have boarded up some houses. Well, you should have answered his FOIA and you wouldn't have been fucking paying $5,000 to no damn body. Yeah, because it's literally the law. You have 5 days to answer a FOIA. If you get to the 5th day and you need more time, you can ask the person on the 5th day for a 5-day extension. You now have had 10 days to answer the FOIA. Yet you literally have people out here bullying people for following the law. This man following the law. Stop the cap. Just stop the cap. Stop the cap. Tired of it. It is fucking disappointing to watch. It's fucking disappointing for me to watch residents fight against residents, no matter what color you are, no matter what nationality you are. We all living in the same struggling community, and you want to fight me about what the fuck I'm doing. But instead of holding your elected official accountable and saying, why didn't you just answer his FOIA? Literally just tired of this shit. Just childish shit going on. And we just allowing the childish shit to go on. I am fed up. I'm fed up because I want good people to run. I want good people to be able to afford to run. I want good people to just be like, oh man, okay, I'm gonna go out here and, I'm gonna put together a team and we gonna, and people gonna get behind me because I'm a good person, because I have good character, I have good ethics. I have a good working history. Because I'm fair, because I'm consistent. No, we out here fighting the air with motherfucking narratives and petty ass shit. That's what we doing. Whole United States on fire. Dave Bryson, and you know it. Chi-Town, thank you. I'm just tired. I'm just over this stuff. This is not the world that I want to leave to my children. This is not the place I want to leave to my children. How people are acting is not how I teach my children to conduct themselves when they are in public. And anybody that has met my children will tell you I do not play. And they probably will tell you they have never seen my children get out of the way with me in public. We got to get back to a place of morals. We got to get back to a place of character. We got to get back to a place of having standards. We got to get back to a place of calling a thing, and right being right and wrong being wrong. And there is no black and white. There is no gray area in between right and wrong. It's either right or it's wrong. There ain't no gray area in between. I can't see both sides. No. There's a right and there's a wrong. Now, there may be some truth to what you're saying, but there is definitely a right and a wrong, and there is no gray area there. But go off, okay? Go off if you think there is. Because there's one thing I know about my God. He definitely got a way of showing you that there is no room for lukewarm in his kingdom. Do with that what you will. So then you have the comptroller, Brian Drew, the Republican, will be going forward in that category, and whatever independents and whatnot will be going up against him in the general election. Let's go to U.S. Congress, because I know y'all getting sick of me. And I'm tired too. U.S. Representative for the 1st District is Jonathan Jackson. I don't know that anybody ever runs against him. I don't know that anybody that will run against him will win. I don't know too much about, what he has and hasn't done, but I know I haven't heard any complaints from his district. So I would assume that he's going to win again, and it won't matter who's in the general election against him. Now let's go to this U.S. Representative, the 2nd District, which affects a lot of you who tune into my channel. This race consisted of Donna Miller, Eric Frantz, Robert Peters, Willie Preston, Jesse Jackson Jr., Yamika Brown, Patrick Keating, Tony C. Brown, Sidney Moore, and Adal Regis. The winner, the consummate winner, is Donna Miller. I can say that I did not expect to see this coming, but when the media began its humiliation, is what I'll call it, of Jesse Jackson Jr., I knew that she would win. When he made comments at his father's funeral about the president's speaking on political things at his father's funeral, this is the thing that bothered me about that. Let me talk. Cecilia, what'd you say? Why does Democrat start with the first 4 letters of demon? Child, that's like the center of a Tootsie Pop. You will never know how many licks it takes to get there, because you're just not going to be able to wait. But I think you on to something there, though. Okay, Cecilia, I think you on to something there. Now, let's talk about this Donna Miller, Jesse Jackson situation, because a few weeks ago, according to Donna Miller's own poll, she was behind Jesse Jackson Jr. Jesse Jackson Sr. passes away in the middle of this election. Jesse Jackson Jr. begins to make statements about his father's funeral. Now, here's what I don't understand. What I don't understand is that at the end of the day, Jesse Jackson Sr. was a father. He has 6 children. When people lay their loved ones to rest, they usually have do's and do nots when it comes to funerals. Now, I want you to think about this in your mind, okay? I don't want you to think about Jesse Jackson Jr. as Jesse Jackson Jr. I want you to think about him as Jesse Jackson Jr., just a man. And his last name is Jackson. And his father dies. His father not famous, he just Jesse Jackson. Now, think about the comments that he made that was sensationalized from the standpoint of his father not being famous, when nobody have gave two fucks about what that man said because that was his father. It is much like when you bury your parent or your loved one and you tell people, don't come here with that mess. We don't want any fighting at this funeral. When you come to this funeral, stay focused. When you come to this funeral, we are talking about this man's life, not another man's life, not another man's career, not what another man did, not what another man's going to do, not what another man is doing now. We are talking about this man that is laying before us, that we are celebrating his life. That was his father. So whatever he said, he was grieving. He had the right to say because that's his father. I said, think about it like his father wasn't famous and he came out and said, okay, we're going to have this funeral. And at this funeral, I don't want any tomfoolery. I don't want any, talking about politics. I don't want none of that. I want to put my father to rest. I want us to talk about the great things that he did in his life for his community, his job, his business. See how that sounds? That's normal. So what this man said was normal. What the media did that could have been allegedly paid or not paid to do was sensationalize what he said to the point of making it seem like he offended someone about his father's funeral. I'm just trying to reconcile this in my head. I need to get all of these thoughts out of my head because I'm struggling. I'm struggling with not even my community. I'm just struggling with the world as a whole. I'm struggling with humanity. Let's just go with that. Let's just go with I'm struggling with humanity. I'm struggling with people's compassion. I'm struggling with people's ability to love. I mean, if the Bible tells you that love covers a multitude of sins, so you're telling me it only covers certain sins, only covers your sins. When you say something that may offend someone, but you don't mean to offend them, you're grieving and you're just trying to make sure that your loved one is properly respected. I mean, that man is the only man that would know if those presidents really truly knew his father. That man is the only one that would know. The assumptions that we make out here in the world are just that, assumptions. They're assumptions. We out here assuming that everyone loved Malcolm X and Martin Luther King because they did this for the government, they did that for the government, but yet here we are today and neither one of them alive. The government loved them so much that they didn't even protect their life when it came down to it. Explain it to me. I need somebody to get in the comments and talk back to me. I need you to explain it to me. I'm extremely frustrated. Again, I'm not frustrated with my community. I'm frustrated with humanity as a whole. That's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about people as humans, no color involved. No color, no nationality, nothing. Simple humanity. I need somebody to make it make sense to me. We are literally sitting here saying that this man doesn't know what he's talking about. He disrespected some presidents. No, the presidents disrespected him and his family when they said, do not bring any political talk to this funeral. We are trying to funeralize and honor our father. We would respectfully like it if you could keep your comments to his life. Somebody get in the comments and tell me what was wrong about that. Yet the media turned it into some degrading thing that had people running this man's name in the mud, trying to protect 3 presidents no longer in office and don't give a shit about you or your quality of life. Because now they are peacefully retired, living on the money that we send them for their retirement. Make it make sense. I need somebody in the comments. Talk to me and tell me about it. Talk to me and tell me how that makes sense. Talk to me and tell me how he asked people to come and respect the funeral. Huh? His father lived 80 some years respecting government, respecting government officials, coming when they call, staying up late at night, missing games, missing things with his children, time with his wife. Huh? And yet you all let the media tell you that that man did not have the right to say what he said at his father's funeral. And you let the media make a mockery of a first family. How disgusting. How disgusting. Huh? Didn't nobody make a mockery of Bill Clinton's family when Monica Lewinsky was ducking and sucking under the desk? Nobody made a mockery of his family for that. Yet this man asked you to come to his father's family, his father's funeral, and be respectful. And here we sit. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand what this world has come to. What do we deem respect? What do we see as appreciation? What do we give somebody that has given their life in service? How do we repay their family for the time that they lost with their loved one trying to help others' loved ones and the state and the government and help us have a safe world? How? I'm going to get off that topic because don't nobody want to answer me. Anyway, it was a tight race between Jesse Jackson Jr. and Donna Miller just like last week until that happened. You had all types of jokes about, oh, this funeral is so long. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, he went here, he went there. How long is this funeral gonna last? Yet when them people mourned Charlie Kirk for more than a week, when his body lie in state, when the flags went down to half-mast, did none of y'all say shit. But when Jesse Jackson was refused to lie in state, when they refused to lower the flag again, did none of you say shit. Yet that man rose up in 1980 and told you that you was somebody. That's astounding that that even happened. It's more astounding that we let it happen. We don't have respect anymore like we used to. We don't have appreciation anymore like we used to. So now you're going to have Donna Miller, and she is extremely green. She won't be on any committees that matter. She won't be able to appropriate any funds back to the South suburbs, at least for the first year and probably year and a half that she'll be in this seat. She'll be spending a lot of her time sucking up to people literally getting friendly with people, trying to get introduced to the Speaker of the House, trying to get introduced to people who have tenure, trying to be friends, trying to vote in the way that they're going to want her to vote so that she can get votes in return. Because this is really how government works. Really, how government works is a favor for a favor. Hey, you vote for my bill, I'm gonna vote for your bill. Hey, if you can, put this inside of your bill, I'm gonna put that inside of my bill. That's how government works. That's what they call working across the aisle. That's what they call it. That's really what's going on. It's a negotiation. It's a back and forth of you do this for me and I'm gonna do that for you. Do you want some honesty? You're gonna get it tonight. Because I'm pissed. I'm pissed at the voter turnout. I'm pissed when people are around here complaining. I'm just pissed. Shut up. I just want people to shut up. Because if you're not going to vote, if you're not going to come out and change things, if you're not going to speak, if you're not going to attend a meeting, shut up. And I attend my own meetings. When I can't attend my meetings and it conflicts with something that I'm reporting on for you all, then I submit a public comment. Because my city, public comment through the website. Read it. Wyoming guy, yes, he did. And they brought the flags down half mast. Didn't nobody march on Selma? Didn't nobody march on the White House? Didn't nobody march down there to Congress? Didn't nobody do any of that? I'm over it. If you're not going to participate, shut up. Now you have all these other districts, the 3rd district, the 4th district, the 5th district, and the 5th district, Mike Quigley has one. I don't know anything about him. If somebody is in his district and you want me to find out some things about him, send me a message and I will. All right. So then you have all of these other districts, and these people will still be going to the general election and have to go up against any type of Republicans that have decided to run for their seats, the coinciding seats. I thought they denied that. Daniel Bliss, he was on TV talking about his win in the 9th district. You have the 10th district, the 11th district. Want to see the Republican answer for all of the Democrat people. So, and by the way, this is the election night Cook County clerk of Illinois.gov page. If anybody would like this link, let me know and I'll drop it in the chat. If not, I'm going to continue. All right. So these are all the representatives that will be going up against, all the Republicans that will be going up against their counterparts in the aforementioned ones at the top. Okay. Let's State Central Committee person. So for those of you that don't know, this one said you had to vote for 2. Committee person, you got to vote for 2. You all voted for Michelle Harris and Marcus C. Evans. For the people who don't know Marcus C. Evans Jr. was the politician that was donated some money to Tiffany's cancer charity. That was him. It'll be interesting to see all of these committee person things. I don't know that they make any difference. What are they serving? Are they serving the people? These positions? I need to look up those positions and see what they do, because I really don't know too much about them. The one category that Robin Kelly did win in was this committee person category. And so she beat out Will Davis for that position. And these are all the Democrat committee persons for Central, 10th, 11th, and numbered. Okay. You pick 2 from the category. All right. Too much longer. Let's go to the Cook County Board of Commission. Hold on. Let's do Illinois State Senate. And then we're going to go to the Cook County and we're going to talk about that. So you have state senator. So these are going to Springfield. These are state senators, not to be confused with U.S. senators. These are state senators. Okay. And so you have the 8th district, the 9th district, the 11th district, the 12th district, the 14th. Napoleon Harris, he's running unopposed. Somebody in the 15th district in that area, we need to get somebody in this district that we can get behind, that we can support. The LG Sims, he's very quiet. He's very quiet, and I don't like that. I don't like that he's quiet. I don't like, right now there are a lot of things that these senators, especially these state senators, should be vocal on. These data centers, these bankrupt, municipalities, they should be very vocal about what needs to be done and how they're going to help get it done, whether it's regulation for an unregulated industry right now, which is these data centers. This is an unregulated industry because it is something that is new. You see all of these data centers going up so fast because they're unregulated. They're doing whatever they want, where the hell they want. They are depleting resources, and there are no regulations. So that means, guess what? There is no penalties. Get that in your mind. When something goes unregulated, there is no penalty. They cause pollution. When cancer agents go in there and affect a whole community, and now a whole community because of a data center, there's some PFAS into there. Why? Because there is no regulation on it. Stop thinking these data centers are the godsend. Oh, AI is the future. Sure is. Life and death is future too. Those of us that have been here a while, we might not make it because of the things that we breathing in. So you have all of these people for senators, state senators. Okay? These were the state senators. I see some of these seats say no candidate. No candidate. We definitely need to get some people in these no candidate. They ain't even got nobody running against them. They wouldn't need to have no money, just be able to put their name on the ballot. We need to start thinking about those loopholes. We need to close up some of these holes. All right, let's go to the Cook County Board. Go to Cook County Board. All right, so you got the 1st district, the 4th district, the 5th district. In the 5th district, it was Kiana Belcher versus Keisha McCaskill. And Keisha McCaskill is the victor in this category with 100% of the precincts reporting. Again, look at this voter turnout, 18%. 11,602 respectable votes that Kiana Belcher got. But Keisha McCaskill had 53% of the vote, and she had 13,465 votes. Now let's talk about this vote. Let's talk about this win for Keisha McCaskill. She has been doing the job of 5th District commissioner because she was appointed. But she hasn't just been sitting in that seat doing a lot of programs. She's been getting a lot of money directed to these municipalities for programs. At this point, if Tiana Belcher ever desires to be the 5th District Commissioner, she should take this opportunity to congratulate Keisha McCaskill for winning, for running and winning. But she also should begin to try to work with her to get money appropriated to Dalton for programs. This is the point at which you see the character of a person. It's not the character of a person when they win. It is the character of a person when they lose. I'm going to say that again. Once you really run, it's not going to be about what she did if she had a won. It's now going to be about what she's doing that she lost. Because now I think she should have been working with Keisha far before this. When she got appointed to the seat, she should have said, okay, you in the seat right now. We're going to have a friendly little, fight for the seat. But, since you in it right now, I need to get these programs. These are the programs. I literally want to put a art program. I want to do a daycare after school daycare program in Dalton for the youth. I want to tell me how I can get some money to do some job training for the youth because summertime is coming up. Like those are the things that she should have been doing while she was running and even while Keisha was in the seat. Because we need to see your work. We need to see your work. We don't need to see what you're gonna promise to do. We don't need to see what you trying to do or what we need to see your work. This was an opportunity for you to work with her and say, listen, I can work with anybody. I'm gonna work with anybody when I get in this seat. See how I'm working with her? I'm gonna get this program for Dalton. I wanna go over here in the neighbor because I'm trying to get in the seat. So let me see what that look like. I want to go over program in Riverdale because I want to get in the seat. Let me see what that look like. See, because girls do what they have to do. Women do what they want to do. Okay, we gotta start being adults about things that we have to do. It would have been nice to see that. As it stands right now, they're gonna need to work with Keisha McCaskill in order to bring programs to the village of Dalton because the village of Dalton has this $33 million, lawsuit that they have to pay. It has to come out somewhere, and that's gonna put them tight on program offered to the community. Right now, their most important thing is this infrastructure. All of that flooding that's going on in these basements out here in Dalton. Mr. Irwin Gray's whole entire house, sewage coming up through his top level bathroom, overflowing all the way down through all of his hallways, rooms, and into his basement. They need to work with Keisha to be able to get that fixed and that done. Come on, we got to be adults. If we stop all this mudslinging, we won't have to be shameful when we got to work with the winner and we the loser or we didn't win. We got to start being adults. We got to implications of our actions. Are thinking about what this is going to do to the community. What position is it going to put the community in? Run a dirty campaign. If I don't keep the highest of moral ethics, standards, and character, I'm here for the people. If I'm here for the people, I'm just going to work with that person whether I like them or not. Whether I like them or not is irrelevant. I'm here for a purpose. When you let people get in the way of your purpose, that doesn't hurt anybody but you and the people you trying to represent. We got to start calling a spade a spade. I know you don't like this. This not the message you wanted to hear tonight. I got it. I'm going to keep moving. But Keisha McCaskill was the winner in that, and congratulations to her. And I hope that she, gets whatever she needs to get in order for her personal self. But also, I hope that she brings many programs and lots of funds to these cash-strapped municipalities like Harvey in particular, and Dalton and Riverdale and Robbins, and Posing in any of those other Blue Island, any of those other places that need assistance with infrastructure programs, roads. I mean, any of that. I hope she helps and does that in a big way. All right. What is the last? Hold on, let me see what the last one. Is the township committee person. The judges are there. Bianca Brown, who is a beautiful person, a very intelligent lady. She has won for, I think it's the 17th sub circuit. So she will be a judge. And man, I'm so happy for her. She's a great person. Let's see. The township committeeman. We know that race was between Napoleon Harris and Stephanie Wiedemann. Let's look at those results and then I'm done. So this was the race between Napoleon Harris and Stephanie Wiedemann for the Democratic committee person for Thornton Township. And Napoleon Harris won this by 65% of the vote, 13,231 votes. And Stephanie got 6,973 votes. Who came in? Let me see. Common Sense. Hey, Common Sense. Hey, Soup. Is this a primary election or general? This is a primary election. Common Sense. We're looking at the candidates that will go forward to the general election in November. Okay. And so Napoleon Harris beat Stephanie Wiedemann. The one thing I can say about this race is that it got nasty. I didn't like that. I didn't like that it got nasty. I didn't like that, when you have somebody that was on your team and now they're not on your team anymore, and all of a sudden it mudslinging begins, about what that person not doing. Well, wasn't they not doing that when you was with them? Well, wasn't they doing that when you was with them? But now you trying to convince us that they doing it now? Was they doing it now or was they doing it then when you was with them? Why do people like Napoleon? I don't think it's that people like Napoleon. I think that it's that he is familiar. If you was to meet him in person, he doesn't give mean. He doesn't give rude, right? And he definitely did not do This was the biggest thing I could say for him. He did not come out and do any mud slinging. He did not answer any of the accusations, any of the alleged accusations, any of the proven accusations. He did not come out and address them, and he did not throw mud on them for doing it. Older people have a different way of thinking. They feel like that's respectable. They feel like they threw mud on him and he didn't throw it back. He's an honorable man. Where I'm going, you understand? Older people think. Look at this voter turnout, 18.42%. Who do you think voted? Who do you think voted? People voted. They decided. They decided because the younger people did not vote. Period. My daughter voted. I saw a couple of other younger, like 19. My daughter will be 19 on Saturday. Her birthday is on Saturday. She'll be 19. I've seen a few people her age voting. Very few. He kept it cute. He kept it. And he did. Why? Because he already sitting in the seat. He don't have nothing to prove. There's nothing to prove. He don't have to give you an explanation about shit. And that's the way he took it. He let them do all the mudslinging, all the character assassinating, while the old people sat there and watched and said, he didn't say nothing bad. He didn't say nothing bad about them. He ain't said nothing. This is what the old people saying. He ain't said nothing. I don't know why they keep attacking him. Your daughter voted for the first time, goddess. Oh, yay. I had this little horn at my precinct. So when we had first time voters, I was like, bah, 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 bah. Because it's something to be celebrated. And I told them, keep on doing your civic duty. Keep on making your voice heard. Because eventually, you're going to win. But I'm literally trying to tell you, 18% of the vote, that wasn't nothing but 65 and up of vote. Very small margin of people between my age, daughter's age, 9 to 50, and the senior citizens voting. This is who decided. The senior citizens decided. And the only thing they saw, a man that was not attacking them back. That's what they saw. And that's how they voted. And that's how it's going to continue to be. That's how it's going to continue to be until they get these laws changed. To start understanding that it's the laws of this land that rule earth. Huh? Because he misused those campaigns. He prosecuted Jesse Jackson Jr. was, because it was the same thing. It was the exact same thing. I cannot believe y'all chosen Napoleon over Stephanie. That's all right. Javar, I'm going to tell you this. You have to have a very crystal clear platform, a very clear direction that you're going to be able to articulate it. That's what I'm going to say. I got to say about that. Okay? That's what happened. Asked the question. Napoleon Harris did the same thing. That Jesse Jackson was not prosecuted. He did it twice. Jesse Jackson Jr. did once, and y'all about to crucify that man until Jesus come back and raise the people from the dead in the grave. I digress because this is what we doing. All right, then. That in this race today, the MWRD wasn't any better. There was several. There was one person in particular that was reelected, um, to the detriment of several communities. You're gonna see, but what do you do? What do you do? Okay, I don't know. At this point, like I told you, I'm absolutely fed up with the complaining, with the attacking people, with the telling people they don't have the right to demand that laws be followed. I'm fed up with that. I'm out here doing everything that I can. Oh, you're welcome, Wow Miguel, for all the people that come to this channel and want to learn something and feel like they enjoy my content. You listen, you're definitely welcome. It is definitely something that I do enjoy. Um, you know, tomorrow, Colby Chapman will be having a ward meeting. Let me find I want to announce this. It's crazy. My dad might be like, super, that's great. Say, oh, indeed. Okay, here you go. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the great city of Harvey, second ward alderman for the city of Harvey will be having a ward meeting at the Transformation United Methodist Church at 15446 South Lexington Harvey in Harvey, Illinois. And she will be going over some information that you need to know. I will be in attendance at this ward meeting, hopefully, if I'm not too tired and I get everything done that I need to get done. Thank you, Wow Miguel. I definitely appreciate the super chat so much. I do not take any donation for granted, and they all are used for the betterment of this platform. And so Harvey, the second ward, you will be having a ward meeting on tomorrow night at 15446 South Lexington, Harvey, Illinois, at the Transformation United Methodist Church. You should be there. You should start participating in your government. You should hear all of the wonderful things now that is probably going to be happening in the second ward because, as you know, they have been giving back their ward stipends. So, I'm sure that Colby has a whole bunch of things planned. I'm going to try to broadcast it for one so that you can see how a ward meeting should be done. And how if you become an alder person or a council person, you should try to keep the people that live within your district or within your borders informed. And I think it's a beautiful thing when she does it because the residents get to ask her direct questions and they get to know what she know. Like I said, we own what he own. So I will be trying to attend that meeting tomorrow. Y'all pray my strength in the Lord because, baby, I'm tired. And I'm about to get off of here because in a minute, I'm going to be running out for quite a while. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to my election results show. Appreciate you. I don't ever take for granted you all this content. Share my content. Can continue somehow. I don't know how what that's gonna look like or how I'm going to be able to do that, but I'm trusting God that I will be able to do it. All right. You guys take it easy. Strawberry shortcake, send me your email, and when I get a chance, I'll send you over the song. Okay. You all take care. Take care. I wish nothing but blessings for your life. And if you can't be good, just be damn quiet. Ah.
Lost my fire, thought my flame was fake. But I heard a whisper in the silence say, don't you know your light can still find its way? Still find it. That's right. Storms don't mean it's over. Now they wash you clean. What you thought was broken's just the space between the end of pain and a brand new dream. Yeah. I'm catching my second wind. Come on, I can feel it. Oh, yeah. I rise again. I rise again. From the ashes, from the pain. I rise again. I fall, but I stand taller than before. Chains don't hold no more. I found grace in the places I fell apart. Now hope's tattooed on my heart. I rise again.